Hey guys, welcome back. Bunch of updates actually. I was essentially rummaging through my stash and I noticed it was getting full and I wanted to make a few changes. So, first of all, I noticed I have the stealth runes now, being Tal S. I just need to find a double socket chest piece. But in the meantime, I did a few other changes. Here's the regular scheduled gear. As you can see, we are really good on resists right now, and our dexterity is about to be as much as we want it to be. 55 is where we want it. All the plus to dexterity is from charms, so we can just hold on to all of our charms, which isn't an issue. Then I'll probably start either putting more into Vit or more into strength until it hits the 80 limit. Now the main changes were I bought a piece of splint mail until I find my double socket, just because it had lightning resistant life on it. There's really no explanation. The other thing I had, I think, was just superior chainmail, which is just worse defense than this, or about the same, something like that. Then I decided to replace my Biggins bonnet and put it on my Merc. My Merc is now using my superior chainmail. He still has his polearm. And what I did is I took the 10 energy mask that I found, and I put a full sapphire and a flawed ruby in, the highest of both that I had. So now I have 150 mana and 272 life, so I'm feeling pretty good on that. I considered putting in like a skull for mana regen, but I did the calculations for it, and it's about 0.1 extra mana per second, which isn't bad, but I figured it might just be better to have more health. So that's what we went with. Feeling pretty good about this character right now, mainly because of this. That is pretty impressive resist for early Act 3. Granted, we're kind of cheating by having an extra 38 with Fade, but hey, you don't act surprised when a paladin has high blocks, so you don't act surprised when a Fade assassin has high resist, I guess. So I'm going to try and stay on the lookout for two socket chest pieces, because then I can get a stealth for myself. Oh, I did get a new belt that had life on it and four rows. So I'm thinking if I get stealth, which among other things gives move speed and magic mana regen, I will just hand over this splint mail to my Merc, obviously. And in the interim, this is pretty good because it gets my lightning resist up to max. If we fought Diablo with this much resist, I'd be pretty happy, because I mean, that's pretty impressive. If I get a thawing potion for Mephisto, I'm gonna have and an antidote potion, I'm pretty much gonna have the highest resist you can have, which is gonna be great. I don't want to go in there because there's lightning enchanted. Hence why I was helping by just throwing stuff. Granted, our lightning resist is pretty damn good, so I'm overly worrying. Anyways, that is Stormtree down. We just got a Ral rune. I think is one of the higher ones we found so far. And we can also use that potentially for insight, although I think insight you need to be like level 27 or something to use, so unlikely it'll help us for a long duration of this playthrough, but whatever. So we are in Lar Kurast. We are looking for the waypoint, first of all, of course, as usual. And we are also wanting to find the way to Upper Karas, and the Karas Bazaar, of course, and we're gonna start going through temples or whatever, ruined temples. Once we get there, of course. So, I'm gonna circle around a bit to try and find the waypoint. Got some Doom Apes to handle. So, as far as the characters coming along, feeling pretty good about all this. Like I said, I think Fade's high enough as is, especially considering the numbers we're showing here. So I'll probably just start pumping traps. Put our damage back up there. Pick up this sorceress item just for the money. Just gonna be zigzagging through the areas here. There is the waypoint. Okay. That is what we're looking for. So now we're going to the bazaar. Which we should just be able to head up this way. Now we're gonna go and pick up Lameisen's tome, which is an optional quest that gives you 1 free level worth of skill or stats, which will put us 1 step closer to just having our dexterity maxed out. And I think I said earlier, I'm probably going to get my strength up to about 80. The highest piece of armor strength requirement in normal is 100, which is ancient armor, I believe. Something like that. But the next one below it is 80, so there's like quite a big jump between using all armor and just using everything except the highest, so I'm going to take the sacrifice and just not worry about it. We are in the wrong spot. Ruined Temple is the one we're looking for. Pretty sure, at least. There is the sewers, that's where we want to go eventually. To find not only the next level, but we want to go down the sewers to find the last piece of Callum's. Our guy's got cursed there. So since we've been leveling up Dex slowly, I think you need to level up Dex twice per level to maintain your block chance. Since we haven't been doing that, our block chance has been steadily decreasing. Whoa. Well, there's Battlemaid Serena, or whatever her name is, right away. Keep the side open here. Should just be able to kill them all from behind, which looks like we did. Some heavy gloves for our troubles. And anyways, and stone. Tome. I said it right the first time. So we are going back to town.
Good. to see you.
Good evening.
So all this. What do we have here? Well, that's just better than this one. Welcome to the team. Put our rel in here. And all I need to do is talk to Alcor over here. So yeah, one more level to put one more point into Dex, and we can wield all the claws that we need to in normal. So that's all I'm going to plan for. And our strength, we do have some mixed in our gear, I think. 2 on our ring. Just 2 on the ring. So we're not too far from being done with strength as well. Of course, if I knew for sure I was taking this character into Nightmare, I might either start redistributing the stats again once I hit Nightmare, or be more more consistent with leveling up strength and dex. But since I'm just assuming I'm just going to bring this character through normal once, I am essentially just picking my breakpoints kind of thing. Normally the way you would do it on regular characters is, you know, plan out every single item that you're going to use in your character, and then go, okay, all I need is this much dex, this much strength, la la la. But since I'm self-founding, I don't really know what my items are going to be, so that's why I'm kind of having to guess and just picking the highest available. Of course, you can get stat resets from Akara now, so technically I could just redistribute them all if I knew I was going into Nightmare or I needed to switch for certain items. Anyways, that is the bizarre waypoint. So I'm going to probably go through the sewers up to Upper Karast, find the waypoint there, then go back down in the sewers. Something like that. But we'll see. Either way, I need to explore the sewers more. Exploding little bastards that are undead dolls. I'm gonna stick to the outskirts here and try and head up. And there we go. Upper Karast. And now to find the waypoint. Not like amplify damage curses on us, but I doubt that guy will be able to capitalize on it. Decent point. And a burn guy. Good luck running through all the traps. Okay, so now we're just looking for the waypoint. much. They all I think are, all these Karast areas, I think they all have the same waypoint kind of thing. It's just like a square, isolated platform. It's not like in a building or anything. That's provincial, it's on the side. Which, there's the bridge for it right there. All these extra areas there, the, what is it? Disused Fane or whatever. Ruined Temple. Tainted Reliquary, is that one? I can't remember all the names. Forgotten Reliquary, excuse me. Stuff like that. Those are all optional areas. I don't remember if Lameisen's tome, jeez, actually explicitly tells you if it's in the Ruined Temple, or if you just have to look. I can't remember. I just know the Ruined Temple is the correct one. I don't know if it actually tells you. And what's her name? Battlemaid Serena is always there. Or Zarina, or whatever her name is. Giant sword, no thanks. Ring. Probably not, but I'll pick it up anyways. I feel like we lucked out on our rings. Energy and mana being the primary stats. Doesn't get much better than that. We have a resist shield. Our amulet isn't the best, but it is just extra energy. That's a high lightning resist one. What is this one called? Forgotten Temple. See, I had him mixed up. Didn't I say Forgotten Reliquary and something else? Getting decent amounts of XP just killing all these extra guys at least. So that is always the benefit. I think we're over leveled for the zone. 22, maybe not. Either way, we're not over leveled to the point where we're getting negative XP or anything. Ooh. Getting back on. There we go. Of course, it was right next to the sewer. Just needed to go to one side. Okay, so back down we go. We know where the Torrential Bridge is. Provincial. I actually don't know what the pronunciation of that is. I assume I'm mostly correct. That is not the named one that's guarding the switch as far as I remember. He only has 2 affixes, which usually super uniques have more than 2, or more than 1, rather. And boom. So, hit that one. So that's that requirement done. I'm gonna go back to upgrading our traps. I think Fade is more than enough for normal. I've definitely been feeling the advantages of our mana pool. I think I keep saying that, but we keep upgrading it. It's very nice. dangerous. And a bunch of stuff. I adore stuff. So, that means we went the wrong way though. So, over this way now. Feeling pretty good for Mephisto, because he is mostly an elemental boss, and like I said, we can shore up cold and poison with potions. So we're pretty much going to be max resistances, more or less, so feeling good on that front. I personally don't think Mephisto's a very difficult boss to begin with. He's probably second easiest. I would say it's usually, on average, it would be Duriel is greater than or equal to Diablo. Diablo is greater than Baal. Baal is greater than Mephisto. Mephisto is greater than Indariel. I'd say that's about accurate. Essentially, as long as you know that Indariel's gimmick is poison, you can kind of prepare for it, and even then she's not overly powerful. Unless you're like grossly over leveled or you just don't know what you're doing. Well, sewer's pretty damn big. I guess unsurprisingly, sewer's probably always quite big. But the lower level's pretty small, or easier to navigate at least. I think that shrine gave us, no, I mean a bit more. I was gonna say, did that shrine give us one resist? That was our lightning, that was nice. There's usually a named bat that is guarding the, he's right there. Ice Hawk Riftwing. He is cold and teleport, something like that, yeah. And down he goes. And a healing. Whoops. Easy peasy. Pull down the thing there, and here we are. So, Sewer's level 2 is always really small. It's pretty much just a room to loot. Oh. More runes, don't mind if I do. Unless I'm actually completely full, which it seems I am. What's the place that has the Herodrum Ancients as a mob type in Act 3? The mummies come back, but I don't remember where. Is it one of the optional zones? Or maybe it's later difficulties they come back, but I remember them. Their dark bolts are always scary, so. Oh, that's gonna sell for a lot. this gear handled. There we go. We have 3 Fs, but I don't know if I want to combine them just yet. Either way, that is this one done. So the next quest is going to be Trav. I'm going to do another round of looking at equipment. Either way, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.